Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to be covering the accuracies that you see in traffic figures when you look at SEMrush compared to Ahrefs. So a lot of you guys may be researching websites, whether it's you're possibly buying websites or whether you're researching for competitors or things of that nature, and you're always curious when you come across these things, such as here, traffic from SEMrush, or another traffic figure here from Ahrefs. And you sometimes tend to wonder, how accurate are these figures? Well, I've actually done a bit of research and I compared a few Google Analytics figures for a few of the clients that I work with and compared them against SEMrush and Ahrefs to get you a true representation of what that is. However, before we get into that, I just wanted to quickly mention once again that I've launched a private Facebook group called the SEO Tribe, and it's packed full of information, advice, and tips for anyone who's interested in learning about SEO. So if you're interested in that, please check out the link in the description below or search for the SEO Tribe. Now, let's get to it. Hey guys, I'm in my computer, as you can see, and what we're going to be covering is the little experiment that I've ran. So what I've done is I've collected 6 clients across Australia that we are working with. And essentially what I've done is that I've also pulled together 1 month's worth of data for September 2020. I've collected this across 6 different verticals so that there's no spikes or irregularities. I try to make it as an even playing field as possible. So what I've basically done is I've collected the same data through SEMrush and Ahrefs. So all I've done is I've just pretty much pulled together the forecasted traffic, or I should say, the realistic traffic that these tools are showing for the month of September and for Australia as well. And what I've done is I've actually compared what is in Google Analytics in column B, what is in SEMrush in column C, and what is in column E is Ahrefs. So what I've done here is I've actually compared on a smaller scale, essentially. Client 1, I've looked at, that there's an 89% difference between what was reported in Analytics and what was reported in SEMrush. For client 2, as we can see, there's a discrepancy as well. It's negative 40% almost. And then going for each client, there's an increase of 121%, client 4, 24%. Client 5 had the smallest discrepancy of only 2.7%, and then we had clients number 6 that had a 123% increase. For Ahrefs, what we have is all decreases across the board. So in this case, a 29% decrease in what's reported from client 1. From client 2, it's a 57% decrease. Client 3, 40, client 5, 40, and then client 8, 41%. So what's really interesting is the original question that we had is, how accurate are these tools? And overall, as we can see, these tools aren't very accurate. In fact, I'm going to say that SEMrush on average over-reports by about 53%, and Ahrefs under-reports traffic figures by about 40%. And what I've also done is I've also mapped out this in a graph here. As we can see, it says third-party tools, organic traffic discrepancies. Yes, SEMrush is over-reporting, Ahrefs is under-reporting. So how can you use this data? Essentially, the way I would use this data is with a big grain of salt, but at the same time, the way I would do it is that if I'm researching a competitor, for example, I'm just going to assume that there's a 50% increase in the traffic that's being reported for that particular tool, and I'm going to assume that there's about a 40% decrease in what Ahrefs is forecasting for their traffic. So overall, I think this is a nice little experiment. I'd love for you guys to maybe run your own and tell me in the comments if you're seeing similar discrepancies in different regions, in different countries. I'd be very interested to know that. So overall, we can come to the conclusion of how accurate these tools are. Overall, they're not that accurate, but you got to take into consideration the sample size is quite small, and we're only looking at a small date range. However, overall, It was just a fun little experiment to run. And my advice to you would also be, if you want to get better at SEO and understand how tools work better, run your own experiments, because you never know what interesting insights you're going to come up with. So once again, hope you guys have got a lot of value out of this video, and see you in the next one. See you guys. Bye. Have a great one.